And now welcome back to 30 to 6 for more fun. And welcome Suzanne Chadwick from Havre de Grace to tell us about the Havre de Grace Jazz and Blues Festival.
Thanks,
coming up
Rob.
when?
Coming up June 7th, 8th, and 9th in Havre de Grace.
Wow. At the park, right?
All over town.
Oh, all over town.
Yeah, all over town. We've got the Cultural Center at the Opera House. We have the Havre de Grace Auditorium. We have Hutchins Park. And there are also community partners like restaurants, museums, galleries, all kinds of participants, all kinds of things happening.
So I read your email very quickly, but I did notice that you're offering a potpourri of artists. That's a lovely term, and it
has a nice scent to it.
You bring it too, right?
Yeah, yes. We've got a lot of artists coming. For some reason, this just turned into a really big event. So we open, and with the collaboration with the city, we have First Friday in Havre de Grace, kicking things off. So there are multiple stages, and there'll be jazz and blues on several different stages. And then our first headliner is Jack Broadbent. And Jack Broadbent was busking on the streets of Amsterdam in 2016, and later that year found himself on the stage of Montreux Jazz Festival.
How about that?
And they touted him as the new master of the slide guitar. So he's opening up Friday night. Saturday we have a Maryland Rising Stars concert at Hutchins Park. And I've just become very passionate about finding musicians, new music, and this particular festival I scouted for at least 6 months. And so we have Noah Pierre Trio, and he's graduating Towson State this month, I assume. We have Havre de Grace alum Tony Hancock Trio, and he is a sax player. Noah's a guitarist, a phenomenal guitarist, doing a blues tribute, including guitar greats music of Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Bonamassa, all kinds of great stuff. He's got the chops for it. Then Tony Hancock graduated from Havre de Grace High School, and he's taken his sax skills actually to the rock world, and he's been playing with Neck Deep, which is kind of a heavy metal band, and played Wembley. He did a UK tour this winter. So he also has a trio, and they've been playing together since middle school.
Wow.
And it's a lot of fun. That's more smooth jazz. And then Mark G. Meadows and the Movement are coming out of another part of Maryland closer to DC, and he's a pianist, and he's phenomenal. So that's going to be a great concert, all three of them. And then we have the Headhunters Band back at the Cultural Center at the Opera House. And if you've heard Herbie Hancock, you've probably heard of the Headhunters. So we have original member Mike Clark on drums, and Benny Russell, saxophonist who also is at Hartford Community College. And then after that, we have the big headliner, Mindy Abair and the Bone Shakers at the Havre de Grace Auditorium. And the opener is Johnny Neal.
Johnny Neal.
You know Johnny
buddy
Neal.
From way back when.
Yay, because he grew up in Newark.
Well, he grew up, I think, in Newcastle.
Newcastle. I knew it was somewhere in the area.
To Newcastle.
So he lives in, I think, Nashville, but he always has his local band up here. So the local band will pair up with Johnny Neal and open for Mindy Abair and the Bone Shakers. Mindy has 2 Grammy nominations. The latest was Pretty Good for a Girl. She's coming out with another new album at the end of June. And she's honestly a hot blonde sax player. I mean, it's just going to be a party.
This is a party that's going to last all weekend, rain or shine, right?
Yes, because we have indoor venues. Even the Hutchins Park venue, we can move to the Opera House.
Now, how do people get tickets, or is there no tickets?
Tickets, HDG, hdgjazzbluesfest.org.
I have it written down here.
And Sunday we have the Cab Calloway Orchestra with Nico Sarbanes opening. And we have a local resident, the daughter of Cab Calloway, Cammy Murphy. And it's her son that is leading the Cab Calloway Orchestra.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to be a big deal as well.
Heidi ho.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that one, yeah. It really does sound like a great potpourri of artists, and rain or shine because you're going to have indoor venues.
Yep.
And food and beverages at the locations.
Yes, there's actually going to be, at Hutchins Park, there's going to be also food out there as well as restaurants, and then we'll have stuff at concessions at the Havre de Grace Auditorium as well.
This will bring people to Havre de Grace.
Hopefully. We are going to get word out up to Philadelphia and New Jersey, down to D.C., Baltimore, Harford County, Cecil County. Thanks to Visit Harford and their infusion of support, we are putting on a pretty good marketing campaign.
That's awesome. And the Havre de Grace Arts Collective, of which you are on the board and part of this committee, what else do you do besides this particular concert?
Well, all year long, we are collaborating with companies that either rent the facility or we scout and bring in acts. So we may have a jazz act, we may have a theater company come in. We cover theater, music, all kinds. It could be rock, it could be classical. All year long, we have music, theater.
When you say your
through.
facility, Suzanne, you mean?
At the Cultural Center at the Opera House.
Okay.
Which they did a $4.1 million renovation under 2 years ago for a 200-seat theater.
Nice.
So it is sweet. Wonderful seats, LED lights, state-of-the-art sound, all kinds of stuff. So you're comfortable, you're close. If you want to see something, great performers in a theater setting, it's wonderful. And we have great audiences. The people that come are usually so enthusiastic that the performers feel it. And you know what that does.
Right.
When the audience is into you, it elevates your performance. So it's a win-win.
It's going to be an elevated weekend, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. Downtown Havre de Grace, all over town. Is there anything that we missed talking about?
We have a clinic also Sunday with high school jazz bands that's being run by one of the musicians from the Cab Calloway Orchestra. And we have the Eric Bird Trio at the Opera House on Sunday afternoon. And they tour the world, acoustic piano, bass, and drums, I think it is. And there's restaurants that are going to have music, special offers around town. I know Joe Retro's having an album sale, $1 or $2 for vinyl, if you're into vinyl.
Wow.
And that's a great deal. And there's all kinds of special offers, free admission to museums if you've got a ticket. There's all kinds of special things that we're offering, or a lot of businesses and restaurants are offering.
Sounds great, and we're less than a month away, so get your tickets now. People out there in TV land, Cecil County and the world, and Cecil TV is going to be there.
Great, and thank you for this offer. Really appreciate the opportunity to do this.